Hey, what up? Like my man Charles Cheney. Hey. But anyway, real quick, Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney's dead, and there's a special place in hell waiting for him right now as we speak. As we speak, he is being rolled into whatever fiery depths. Let's look at Dick Cheney real quick. Let's run through his background. Dick Cheney is the orchestrator and the conductor of the Iraq War, the War on Terror. If you grew up at that time like I did, the Twin Towers got hit, which I think is an inside job, but nevertheless, all of a sudden we're fighting Iraq, but these pilots are Saudis. So then Iraq happens to also be the greatest enemy towards Israel at the moment. And we end up in Afghanistan. So overall, I think 1 million plus died, and over 38 million were displaced, meaning left homes, left places. Like people, that whole country just, you know what I'm saying? And right now, these vulture capitalist news media outlets like the CNN and everyone says MSNBC's better. No, they're all doing it. They're trying to whitewash his history. Just like they did with Henry Kissinger, with Vietnam and Cambodia. Like, these people are pure evil. They are literally what you call evil. But it's America's necessary wars. It was necessary. It was necessary for to blow up Iraq. Now, don't get me wrong. Saddam Hussein was no angel. He used chemical warfare agents on his own people. I watched a movie with his son. See, I didn't know his son they would literally go to a wedding. Saddam Hussein's sons were, goodness gracious, one of his sons met a woman at her wedding day and slept with her forcibly. And she ended up killing herself. Crazy. Anyway, so Dick Cheney, the vice president to the 43rd president of the United States, being George W. Bush. And we all know George W. Bush was too dumb to run the country. He really was just George. He's a junior. His dad was the original. He was a director of the CIA. And then he became president. So we all knew it's just... See, this is the reason why I keep telling y'all. Oh, we gotta vote. Man, it gets to a certain point to where power is just power. Your votes... No one voted to go to Iraq. It just happened. It just happens. So right now with Zohan Mamdani, I understand we're all going, what the hell is a mayor of New York going to do? Like, he can try. We'll give you that. You can try. But we know those powers are too strong. We know it's too much money in New York. It is too much money. Mamdani, you might be found in some alley with a hole in the back of your head. I'm sorry to say it. But Dick Cheney, eat a dick. You're a piece of shit on earth. You're going to be another piece of shit when you're dead. You're burning in hell. Like, if Dick Cheney's in heaven, I don't know who the hell is in hell then. That dude is he lies. Remember when Colin Powell went to the UN and was like, we found weapons of mass destruction, satellites, only to come to find out it was all lies. All lies. Over 5,000 American soldiers died. These are families. That's why I advise any black person, don't join the military. You're going to be the first one set to the front of the field first. But anyway, and that's how far back it goes back with Israel and the United States. That was really Bibi Netanyahu was the one pushing that at the time. The war, but there's Saudis that flew that plane into that building. Why are we not in Saudi Arabia? Why are we not in Saudi Arabia? Because they're billion quadrillionaires and they bought our government too. That's a whole nother story. But we're going to talk about Sudan the other day because someone got me confused in saying that I don't like Muslims. I never said I don't like Muslims. I said it is impossible to deny the fact that the Arabs in Saudi Arabia are funding the war in Sudan. They take soldiers from all over the Middle East and Africa who are Muslim, and they use Islam as a reason to bring them together. They even found fighters from Congo in the RSF, the Rapid Support Force, that are killing innocent people in Sudan. I've been saying this for how long now? I think it's been going on 4 or 5 years I've been talking about Sudan. Y'all were running out here talking Palestine. Palestinians don't care about your black ass. I'm sorry to say it. But now where's all these flags? Where's all the black people? And see, this is wrong with black America and Africans across the globe in general. We lack self-love. Where's all the energy we have for Palestine? Why aren't we having it for Sudan? I seen a man run through the football stadium, black African dude with Palestine flag. But you ain't doing that for Sudan? You're not doing that for Congo? Huh? Because let's be honest, African people, us black people have a lot of self-hate. We have a lot of it. Go fight for the Arab man, but won't fight for yourself. That's the reason why the world treats us the way we do. They do. Fucking cowards. But anyway, is there anything about that subject? Am I going to go further into it? You know, I might as well do it right now. Yeah, and so, and then if you look at the Congo, once again, that's just multiple nations, and of course the UAE. And then the other day, someone said, there's no slavery in Dubai. Listen, as a black person, for you to go to Dubai, you will be treated like shit. Do you not know that? They don't show you this shit. In Dubai, there's rich areas, just like everywhere else. But if you wander far enough, ghettos, like a plantation of shacks, a bunch of black Africans live there just for eating and get a little plumbing, but they can't save up money. They treat you like trash. You ever heard about these girls who go out there to prostitute themselves for these Arab sheikhs and all this, Islam, but you're sleeping with prostitutes and all the nasty things they do out there? Dubai is a slave state. It is built on the slaves of Africans, the ones that try to go to France, Germany, and they have to go through Libya, Mauritania, and these countries in the northern Africa, Egypt, which were originally black African, but through the invasion of Africa, the whole world literally attacked us because the rest of them were starving and Europeans were living in caves. And it's the truth. What do you want me to do? It's the truth. Called Caucasians. Why? Because you lived in the Caucasus Mountains. They used to rub feces on their body to stay warm. They used to literally, they never showered. They rubbed spices on their body. This is historical facts. Then the Egyptians came to them and said, hey, you can't sleep next to a dog and cook in the same area and use the bathroom. You got to separate that. You can't use the bathroom and cook here and have a dog laying in there. That's when I see people with dogs laying in their beds. I'm like, that is some primitive shit. That's some real primitive shit. And then what happened? After Rome fell, Europe went back into a dark age for another 500 years, chasing witches and stuff. And guess who came and civilized them then? The Moors. So, with what's happening with that being said, Arabs are Caucasians too. The lighter, they're Caucasians. They come from the Caucasus Mountains. They intermingled with us a little bit. But the Arabs you see in Egypt today are nothing but invaders. So you're complaining about what's happening in Palestine, but you're doing the same thing in Egypt. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. But Dick Cheney, eat a dick. We smoking that Cheney pack. You know what I'm saying? We smoke that big Cheney pack. He's a clown. He's a disgusting human being. All the horrors he brought to this planet Earth. And now Stephen Miller wants to be Dick Cheney so bad. You can see it. Like he wants to take that time. Do you know they compete for this? How much pain and agony they can put across the globe? And like Hitler's at their top. I don't know why they don't talk about King Leopold in the Congo. He killed over 20 million Africans. 20 million. Y'all talking about Adolf Hitler, who killed about how many? 6 million Jews? What's more? 20 or 6. And we're still here. And that's another reason why other races fear us and hate us so much. Because they're like, there's nothing you can do to these people that can eradicate them. They're slavery, the Mahatma, Ebola, AIDS. They're throwing everything. And it's just like, boop, 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 boop. You get right through it. But anyway, hey, chase knowledge, don't chase money. Peace, love, and positivity. Blah.